What's up, ladies and gents? I do appreciate y'all for tuning in to today's episode of Trench Talk Live. Hopefully, everybody can see me and hear me. I am your host, Takobi Cofield. Per usual, um, we do get into a little. We hit a little snag here and there every now and then. But the most important thing is how you respond. It's not the actual issue. It's not as how you respond. So first and foremost, I just want to go ahead and say, if at any point in time, if you were looking forward to the story with Coach Bullock, man, I definitely was myself. Was really expecting it to be a big show, big opportunity. Hold on. Do, 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 do. Hold on. All right, should be good to go. Again, as y'all know, technical difficulties start and strike every now and then, so we got to work through these things. Nevertheless, we make it work. Um, if y'all were looking forward to the show and the and Coach Bullock being up here today, unfortunately, he will not be able to make it. Some last minute things kind of came into play, and he had a prior obligation. So this week, um, I am going to be solo dolo on this episode, and make sure I get my nice little my new merch out, man. We got new shirts dropping. We got some new merch. So I wanted to make sure that we got the opportunity to go in and chit chat, bring up some things. This is Trench Talk Live, so the most important part is the fact that I am going to be able to talk some football. Again, I'm up here just trying to make this work, y'all. This they just don't want me to be great today. They do not want me to be great. So, like I said, today we are going to talk ball. We are going to talk some football, mainly talk trench play and talk, different things that go on in the trenches, how it works, how it looks, and different aspects of the games. Most importantly, we'll talk pass pro, and some of the things that we go on and we see today in high school football. We're gonna address them because, believe it or not, they show up in they show up in pro football, and believe it or not, they show up all the time. So again, I just want to say. Shout out to my dog Lockdown. Shout out to Coach Bullock, man. He's a great dude, great coach, great person. We've known each other for years. He had a prior obligation. It came up in the last second. So he hit me up. He let me know he wasn't going to be able to jump on this evening. But the show must go on. So um, just a couple things that I wanted to talk about just to before we kind of jump into some of the line play. First and foremost, any comments, anything that is going on that you guys want to know anything about, please, by all means, make sure that you put it in the chat, man. Let me know. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what you got going on. If there's anything that I can help you with, if there's any questions, comments, anything like that, I am more than happy to jump on. More than happy to answer questions because this is what I do. I love what I do. I love helping kids. Love helping families. I am down in the St. Pete area, in the Tampa Bay area. If there are any parents, anybody down here that needs help, that wants training, by all means, please reach out to me because I am here as a resource. I want to be able to help families, help kids. And we're gonna talk about something real quick. And like I said, if you got comments, anything, throw them in the chat box. We'll talk about it. I'll bring it up. We got an hour. We got an hour to sit here and casually hang out. So I don't mind hanging out, answering some questions. And Portal Day open today. It's big. It's big for me. It's big for a lot of different guys around the country. The reason it was big for me, and the biggest aspect of it for me, is the fact that I help quite a few young men around the country find homes, move homes. And when I speak about homes, I mean your football home and your student athlete home is where you'll be at in college. I help quite a few of these young men around the country develop, find new places, transfer to places that they just left. So for me, it's everything on a day like this when the floodgates kind of open and they're able to sign their contracts and they're able to get their NIL deal done. And, for those guys that aren't signing at that Power Four Group of Six level, we're talking about guys that actually have the opportunity to now move into a better playing situation to possibly next portal opening to move up. So that's a huge aspect. Mr. Richard Ziegler, again, shout out to his son, who plays at North Carolina Central, great linebacker, played at Cardinal Gibbons High School in Raleigh, North Carolina. Literally have always thought the world of him and his son, think that they're great people. I think his son's going to end up being one of the greatest linebackers to come out of North Carolina Central. And that's no discredit to Coach Clay, who is his position coach, who is also my dog. Zig said, let's revisit recovery. When the kids practice all week as hard as they do, what should they do to recover? Is there something outside the program the kids should do as well? That's a great question, and I'm glad that you bring it up. To be honest with you, recovery was something that I didn't take seriously until it was honestly later in my career and I started to get injured. For me, the best way to put it is I had a coach in the CFL and that I also worked for in the CFL named Chris Jones. And Jones used to tell us, guys, there's no such thing. You'll never feel as good as you did the first day of camp. The biggest thing and the biggest aspect is trying to feel as close to that by the end of the season and continuing to try and find ways to put yourself in that situation again early on in the season. So for me, for recovery, I'm very similar to your son. I'm gonna wear myself out Monday through Friday, but Saturday on game day, I want to feel as fresh as I possibly can to be the top-notch player that I can. But realistically, it's what I'm doing off the field, and it's kind of like you said. So one thing is food, and I bring up Coach Cox. What's up, man? Hey, I'll give y'all the Coach Cox story after this, after I answer your question. So it's food, and to be honest with you, Pete Bomarito taught me this down in North Miami when I was doing my pre-draft training. But your gut health is honestly directly connected to the rest of your body. So what you eat and what you ingest in your body matters a lot, almost everything. It's going to determine your eating and your sleeping are honestly the two biggest factors that are going to determine a lot in terms of your performance and your recovery. So it's what you're putting in your body and how you're putting it in there. Mr. Zig, I actually got a nutrition guide that kind of breaks down different food, different meals you can put together, things like that, that I created for my company. And my investment actually is for guys that teach them how to recover, but teach them how to eat to help and aid in that recovery. One other thing that honestly I wish that I'd invested more of my time in earlier in my career was the prehab, and that's going out and getting a massage and getting the actual God, I can't think of the chiropractic work, things like that, and understanding what my deficiencies were. Transparently, I had flat feet. So I knew that my knees, my ankles, my back were going to be something that was going to mess with me over time. So orthotics and just putting insoles in my shoes and making sure that I had quality cleats and quality insoles and doing things in the weight room that could aid in my recovery and aid in, I guess you could call it, me preventing the problem or slowing the potential issues down, because they're not going to go away. Like, you're always going to have dings and bangs and things like that. But everything outside of it, from food to massages to, chiropractic work, and really just understanding your body. And that's something that I really didn't understand until really my second year in the NFL. Going into my second year as a rookie, I was still figuring out my body and figuring out what I did take in, what I didn't take in, what felt good, what didn't, feel good. So it was a lot of, I remember I walked in the NFL at 308, and yeah, we do take it for granted. We take a ton of it for granted, especially when you're young. Like when you're your son's age, man, you can bounce out of bed and hit the ground running and go run down on kickoff and, have a blast. But those reps and that what we call mileage, we called it mileage. We used to pick at guys, that were older in the game. We used to call them high mileage guys. Um, we picked at them, but it's true. The mileage does add up after a while, and it adds up on your tires, your legs more than anything. So, and the hitting and the movements. Your son's a linebacker. He's gonna take some thuds on the shoulders and arms and elbows, and they're gonna try and cut his legs out from up under him. Different things like that. So, being preventative. Of things like that. Fonzie, what's up, bro? What's up? So the topic, actually, believe it or not, I was supposed to have my buddy up here. There's a 7-on-7 guy, DB trainer from Raleigh. Shout out to Fonzie. I'm gonna give y'all my Coach Cox story real quick. But Fonzie actually played with me in the Shrine Bowl from Richmond County. Did his thing all down at Fayetteville State. Won some games down there, man. Did a great job. One of my favorite guys I played beside. Just mentality was very similar to mine. Just trying to knock people's heads off. I love playing with Fonzie, man. I appreciate you a lot, dude. Appreciate everything that you've done for the game and the game's done for you, man. So it's good to see you. So we're actually going to talk some pass pro here towards the bottom of the hour. I'll start around like 7:30. I'll bring up some tape. We're going to look at some NFL guys, just some different rushes. And I'm going to talk both sides of the ball, different rushes that you get from a defensive line standpoint and the different sets that you get from an O-line standpoint. So if you want to stick around, Fonzie, man, I definitely appreciate any input that you're willing to throw in, man, because I think it would be an asset to what we're doing. But so my Coach Cox story. Coach Cox, I still hope that you are on right now. I pray to God you're still on. Coach, man. So Coach Cox is one of our original coaches at Tarboro High School. My high school where I'm a native from, where I've been, where I grew up, that helped breed me into the football player that I am, that I became, and the young man that I am. Coach Cox was our O-line coach, and Coach Cox was the first coach that I ever had that truly taught me how to be hard-headed on a football field. In the sense that Coach Cox would literally call the same play 4 times in a row in a team period and really expect us to get the same, if not more yardage, the second, third, and fourth time running the play. But man, I will never forget for as long as I live, each and every game we played. Me and Coach Cox never failed to find each other when the team was playing the national anthem. That's why I put USA down there. If y'all look in the comments. If y'all on Facebook, y'all look in the comments. He put USA down there, man, because Coach Cox is a character. We would stand beside each other and literally critique the other team's band while they were playing the national anthem, man. And it would be some bad bands, and we'd be over there holding in the laughter. But truth be told, y'all, the other reason I will never forget that is because that moment before kickoff during the national anthem always made me remember why I played this game. Playing in the NFL, playing in the CFL, playing in college football, Power Four, it always brought me to a moment back at Tarboro High School, standing on the field, standing beside Coach Cox. Because when I hear the national anthem, that's all I can think of. And Coach, look, man, I don't care where I'm at, what country I'm in, where I'm playing, man. You trust me, you always with me, dog. Like, you are always with me. Because when I hear that national anthem go off, I think of you, and I start laughing every time. Because man, the laughs we used to have in pregame during those times. It really just it brings you back to a good space, man. It brings you back to a good place as a player, and it makes you remember why you play the game. And you play it because you have fun. So I appreciate you, Coach, man. I appreciate you more than you know, man. And I definitely try and get out to my high school as much as I can, try and support them. I think this is ring number 10 this year. Back home. So, that's what we do, man. We play ball. We just play ball and we collect hardware, man. That's what we do in Tarboro. So Fonzie said, thank you, brother. Likewise, what you did then, what you're doing now matters. Thank you. Hey, man, I appreciate you, Fonz, man. You heck of a dude, man. Heck of a dude. Dude was a workhorse, man. Workhorse. The Richmond County boys is different, man. So you and Kothar, man, I appreciate y'all. And I'm on Facebook. I'm on live on Facebook as well as my Instagram page. It should be a banner down there that says follow us at TC3 Performance. If you put underscore TC3 Performance, that'll pull up my Instagram live page. And like I said, I'm live on there right now. I should be. I need to double check to make sure my live is working on there. Just because technical difficulties do happen sometimes, every now and then. And like I said, we about to pull up some tape. We about to see some action. So let me double check just to make sure that live is working. It looks like that my live is not working on Instagram Live. What's new, y'all? Again, it's what it is. So we're gonna try and make this thing work as best as we can. Let's see. All right, I think we are good to go. Oh no, we are working now on Instagram Live. I think yes, we are working on Instagram Live now, which is a huge plus. So, just to answer your question, Fonzie, I do get on Instagram Live. I'm on Instagram Live as well as Facebook Live. So, without further ado, we're gonna get into this thing here. Colton, man, what's up, man? Appreciate you for jumping on, dog. Appreciate you. Colton, I work at the Boys and Girls Club as well. Again, for those of y'all that don't know, I love kids. I have two beautiful ones of my own, but believe it or not, I invest a lot in other people's kids and other young men. So Colton is a young man that goes to the Boys and Girls Club here down in St. Pete. And I appreciate him for the follow and for jumping on. So Colton, shout out to you, man. I appreciate you. Definitely appreciate the support and you coming on. I am going to go ahead and shift here. Let's watch some tape, y'all. Let's watch some tape. So we are gonna start over here. Dang it. Come on, y'all. This was supposed to work. Again, amazing how it's just so many changes, y'all. So many changes. Give me 1 second. Um, so many changes. Um, Once I get this up, we will be able to watch and see all of this. All right, here we go. So, for those of y'all that don't know this, let's see. Let me try and get this thing done here. All right. So, for those of y'all that don't know, you can easily get on. Coach said 9 championships, which both Coach Cherry and one had 1 ring, 8 rings and a watch in 1980. Hey, that's why I told y'all, man. We play ball back home. We play football at the crib, man. That's what we do. So I definitely appreciate you, Coach. So, man, we're gonna go in here. We're gonna go in here in this lab for a little bit, and we're gonna take about 20, 30 minutes. For those of y'all that don't know, again, I'm an O-line guy. I played offensive line pretty much my entire career, but I was blessed to start into coaching and go into coaching coaching collegiately as a D-line coach. Roy Tesh, Tim Dowse, those are two guys that I learned a ton from, and was able to learn a lot of the game from. Big shout out to Blake Harrell, who is now the head coach over at ECU. Big shout out to Mike Houston, who was the former head coach, gave me the opportunity to go over there and coach. Coach Steve Shankweiler was another huge guy that helped me out a lot. So with all these guys, with all these people, with all this help, I definitely appreciate a lot of it, and appreciate a lot of what's taking place. Like I said, I'm an O-line guy by nature. I love O-line. I played that position. I played O-line, but realistically, I love defensive line. I coach defensive line. I jump the defensive line a lot, just because I'm coaching in reverse. So For the next, let's give it 25 minutes, something like that. Again, you'd be crazy, you'd be surprised at how fast the time kind of goes by. But we're just going to talk. We're going to talk ball. We're going to chat ball. I'm gonna bring up some different things that's going on the tape. I'm gonna try and show y'all. I wish my cowboy was working. That's in coaching. That's what we call the little video thing that goes back and forth. So, wish my cowboy was working. It's not working on the computer. So be it. Again, the show must go on. So, firstly, we're looking at here. We got Von Miller with Buffalo, and I'll just kind of go through a brief synopsis and what you're looking at and what's kind of taking place. So we got Von Miller here, again, member of the Buffalo Bills, great player, great guy, great dude. I was able to meet Von as a rookie coming into the league and work down at Bomarito Performance Systems. So I got a chance to see this monster with my own two eyes before I had to block him. And the one thing I can definitely tell you is he's as fast as he looks. Like he works as hard as he looks. There's a reason why he has a lot of sustained success. There's a reason why he's as good as he is. So first and foremost, if you're playing against Von, you got to know the speed rush is real. Also, a couple things. If you're looking at this tape right now, if you're an offensive lineman, look at his feet. His feet. You see how his outside foot is back and his inside foot is up. So that's telling me that he's already, he's ready to take an upfield rush. He's going to try and get me on some speed. He's going to try and run by my hip, and he's going to try and definitely play vertical and try and run the hoop. As opposed to if you look beside him, and you look at this cat right here, just directly beside him, onto the interior. I think this is Jordan Phillips. You see his inside foot is back. He's in a 4-point stance, but he's got his inside foot back. Most important thing about this inside foot back is this first initial charge is going to go further inside. So you have to go ahead and assume an inside move is very, very, very apt to probably happen. Whereas this outside character in Von, he's got his outside foot back. So he's probably going to give you some kind of outside move, some kind of run to hit. You hear me say KYP, that means know your personnel. By knowing your personnel and knowing what you're getting, you can anticipate what's probably going to happen. So we'll let the tape roll. All right. So first, they're going to give you a tight end chip here, which is nice. It's going to give you a tight end chip. Now, one thing that I learned from a great Hall of Famer offensive lineman is if you're getting a chip, you got two choices in sets. You can either go get him now and go get your hands on him while the chip is happening, or you can get vertical to let him get chipped and then figure out where he's going to go after that. The last thing you want to do, though, is you want to be in a weird position after this chip happens. So let's see what we get. All right, so I told you, chances are you're going to get some type of speed rush. And what is Von doing? Speed rushing, trying to win outside. That's Von. That's how he plays. That's what he's good at. So he's trying to win outside. The other issue you got here is you got a tackle that's already turned. The key is you don't turn. You three. The key is three. Try and hold square for 3 sets if you're this tackle right here. So you got to think 1, 2, 3. You want to think at least 3 sets. And if Von is getting what we call butched, if he's getting butched by this tight end right here, you can hold square and just hold your spot and hold your point, because now he's going to have to make a decision. We're trying to beat him by time and space. Time and space. We're taking angles that can win through time and through space. He's turned, a ghost, and he gets to the quarterback. And this is crazy to me. Like, he's leaning against Von. Like, if anything, I'm gonna sit back just because I know, like, right here, there's no way you can get beat up the field. Like, it's not gonna happen. It's not like he's gonna beat you this direction. It's not gonna take place. He's not going inside. You got a tight end. You got a chip by the tight end. He's chipped the tight end. All you got to do is keep on setting square, and you're gonna make his rush angle go straight up the field. Matt Stafford can step up underneath it. But when you turn, you do one invaluable thing that you cannot do. And that's by turning as an offensive lineman, you give the defensive line a two-way go. So now you give him the opportunity to put his foot inside and go in underneath, or you give him the opportunity to still rush outside and create pressure. What's even crazier about this is he got a tight end chip and he had time, and he still gave up a sack to a move that should not work in this case. Like, you had help. Look, the guard came in. The guard, you had help inside. You just got to win outside, man. That's tough stuff. This is what our O-line coach in Washington. This is what Bill Callahan would have called a. Bill would have called this a lot of things. And even right here, like, there's still a ton of space between you and him. Like, you can set on a little bit more of an angle to condense the space. But Von, what Von sees right now is turned and you're behind. So he's just gonna try and accelerate his movement, accelerate this angle right here up to Matt Stafford's back hip to even try and make him step up. But he's gonna try and accelerate it and bend it so that when he does step up, he even steps up into the sack. And he does, which is crazy, man. That is insane. All right, let's see what we're getting here. Inside rush. Let's see. Let's watch this again. All right, so before we get into Aaron Donald, we'll watch this because that's like a different monster. All right, so first and foremost, this is the right guard, and he's getting power rushed. His hands are over top of the defender's hands. Defender hands are up under his hands, and the defender's lifting. This guard has got his only saving grace. He's trying to walk this power back. You see how he's trying to step on his insteps, and he's trying to walk the power back. His best case scenario is to take this inside hand right here and try and buckle it and snatch it down. So, like, if my inside hand is already locked on his inside shoulder plate, just try and snatch and buckle this inside shoulder down. That way you change the alignment of the defensive lineman's spine, because he's just pressing through your inside shoulder and your inside pec. He's staring at the quarterback now at this point because he's getting so close. So if you just snatch it and buckle it, use your elbow to buckle his inside, then you change his spine angle, and now you have the ability to snatch him to the ground. You got the ability to stop his rush and to stop the momentum. But if you can't stop any of those and you're just walking it back, you're not in control. Consequently, if I'm coaching D-line here, I think this is a Darius Smith. This is a great rush. Like, this is great. Whenever you Deloach, man, what's up, man? Tarborough's finest out there in Durham doing it, man. Out there in Durham doing it. Good to see you, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate you shouting us out in little old Tarboro. What I like to tell inside, throw you off your groove. I have a question. Oh, go ahead, Fonzie. Ask away. Any questions you got, man? Throw them out there. One big thing and one big aspect that I speak about, in defensive line play is when I'm targeting my inside hand for a power rush, I want to see through my thumb. And that means that my thumb is leading to where I'm getting through, but it's going low to high. Again, Fonzie, if you got questions, bro, go ahead, throw it out there, man. I'm all for it, dude. I'm definitely all for it. But I want to see through my thumb, and I say that because that means you're playing low to high. As an offensive lineman, if I can lift your spine, it's the same thing on the opposite side. And the reason I say that is because I want to lift and get the spine of the offensive lineman up. And you see it's up, it's contorted, it's torqued, it's messed up right there. And I've got him lifted. And now that I've got him lifted and he's on his toe, he's doing everything he can to hold it off. Again, just buckle this elbow right here. Like, just snatch it and buckle it down. All right, so we got a question. He said, based off your experience at all levels, were there many coaching point changes in terms of your punch and pass pro? Ooh, that's a good question. Ed, man, good to see you. Again, I invited y'all through, man, and Bullet couldn't even make it tonight. So um I definitely appreciate you jumping on, Ed. By the way, oh, and on Instagram, Jada, I appreciate you getting on here again. Another one of my Boys and Girls Club kids. So I appreciate the support, appreciate y'all jumping on, man. That's it's definitely appreciated. Um, so to answer your question, Fonzie, were there many coaching point changes in terms of your punch and pass pro? To be quite honest with you, yeah, there were. There were a ton of changes, and it changed constantly. So the first change came about once I first got to college, and I'll kind of give you the changes and who, what, and where. So the first change came about with Matt Luke, who's now the O line coach at Clemson. He was my initial O line coach at Duke. Matt Luke was very much a proponent of two hand punching. He didn't care about independent hands. This is back in 2011 too, y'all. So I might be dating myself a little bit, but he two hand punching, strike with heavy hands. He wanted your shoulders back, everything back, just striking with heavy hands, thumbs up. But there really wasn't any talk of timing. The timing was punch when you think it's time to punch. If you're lunging, you're early. If your arms are in close, then you're late. And that was pretty much it. Uh, then I graduated to John Latina, who's now retired, who Matt Luke, that's at Clemson, played for Coach Lats, and as well as he GA'd for him as well. Coach Latino was a two hand punch guy, but he kind of changed as you progressed. So by the time I was later in my career, um, yeah, handshake distance away. But and I'm gonna get into that here in a second. I'm gonna get into that. I'm glad you said that. Coach Latina was different because once I mastered kind of the timing of my two hand punch, he allowed me to go independent hands. Once I got in the NFL, I was with Bill Callahan. Bill had 7,000 different strikes. Bill literally would let you do whatever with your hands. Sometimes he would make up stuff, he would try stuff. And that's where I learned a lot of the moves, the buckles, the snatches, the vices, like all of that. That's where I learned that from. And the way I teach it now, honestly, is I look at a guy and I tell him, okay, you're in a fight. Like, this is a fight. O line versus D line, pass rush, one on ones. This is a fight. When you think the guy's close enough to you to swing, swing. I can't look at you and tell you when to swing, because your swinging distance, your strike distance, your strike power is going to be different. So you feeling like, hey, look, it's time to swing, just swing. Like, go ahead, swing. Go ahead and punch. And that's why I say, like, go ahead and punch. And depending upon what you get and the reaction you get is going to depend upon what you have to do next. If you strike right on time, you might hit him while he's moving and might knock him out of his boots. If you strike late, then he might be viced up on your body, and now you got the same thing. Keys, appreciate you for jumping on. Everybody's strike zone is different, and that's why I don't try to cookie cutter strike zones. I just look at them and I tell them, like, this is a fight. So when you feel like it's time to punch, punch. I might reset your hands, I might move your hands in different places, but I'll keep saying it. When you feel like it's time to punch, just punch. Just do your thing, like punch. And your reaction, I call it going from a boxing match to an MMA match. Because once you get your hands on somebody, the MMA match, the guy gonna move, he's gonna wrestle, he's gonna lift, he's gonna change directions, he's gonna do some different things, and that's where you gotta react. Oh yeah, Fonzie, I forgot you and Keys know each other, which is crazy because we were talking about you one night, and I brought up your name. And he was like, "Wait, you know fine?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Yo, super small world." Again, the underrated dogs on the O line in North Carolina, man. We got some underrated dogs. People the non P4 G6 guys that was going out there knocking people helmets loose. I definitely appreciate both of y'all, man. But yeah, Fonzie, like that was the thing for us. Like it changed all the time. And this next rep, which I'll go ahead and let it play. This next rep is another like, okay, so this dude right here, this cat right here playing D line. Um, hey, yeah, he did. Yeah, you told me, Keith, you told me about that, which is crazy. Wild, super wild world, man. Like that goes to show you, like football fraternity is super small. It don't really take a lot. It just depends on, again, we all kind of meet up somewhere, shape or form. Um, and that's like the thing, like that's the craziest part in all of this. Is y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all met each other, y'all knew each other, and the fact that Fonz actually became a student coach, which is wild, super wild. But this guy right here that's on the film, Aaron Donald. I had the opportunity to play against him 3 times, 2 times in college. He played at the University of Pittsburgh. I played at Duke. They were in our conference, obviously the ACC. And just dealing with this monster is completely different. Um, he's like 5'10", 5'11". He's probably like 270, 280 pounds. Not a super heavy guy. Um, it was just like a different monster. And back to what you were saying, Fonz, about punch and timing. You gotta make a game plan to block this dude because he's so short that if you squat down too low, he's just gonna snatch you to the ground. He's so short that if you play high, he's just gonna lift you up in the air and take you off your feet. If your feet are stuck in mud, he's quicker. He's quicker than just about every other D lineman you're dealing with. Like he's just as quick as Von Miller. He's just as strong, I would say, as Vince Wilfork. Yeah, I say Vince Wilfork, Terrence Knight, just as strong as them two, but as quick as Von Miller. So like the things you see him do, you can't coach some of them. He said he quit in 4 weeks. Y'all funny, man. Y'all funny. So what we got here? Let's see. Like this is what I mean. Like you boom. All right. So what I say here is off the snap, the first thing the O lineman did wrong is he allowed Aaron in the NFL, it's all first touch. Pro football is first touch. Who can touch who first? Because the first person that's touching who first is going to win the battle. I guarantee you. So the first thing that he lost was first touch. Aaron Donald engaged him first, grabbed him first. From here, he's also got a super wide base. Look how wide this O lineman's base is. Base is super, 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 super wide. He's got tackle help to try and slow down this charge. They're asking this guy like, hey, crowd this with your inside hand and keep your eyes on this because this is the Hall of Famer. This guy, we can find a way to slow it down. This dude, it can wreck the whole game. So they're doing everything. They're creating a plan. They're trying to use the process of elimination, the extra people in order to solidify this thing. But it's slim pickings here, man. Like it's very slim pickings. With a wide base, I guarantee you AD felt right there. I guarantee you he felt, oh, he's bracing for a bull. And that's what allowed him to go push pull. Again, it's hard to coach Aaron Donald defensive line wise because some of the stuff he does, is not the stuff that you teach. It's actually against your rules and it's not supposed to work, but it definitely does. The one thing I can say after playing against Aaron Donald 2 or 3 times is once you get your hands on him, you got to try and wrestle him. Like you got to try and just wear him out. You got to try and vice him up. You got to try and take him where he doesn't want to go. You got to make him fight you. And you can't do that in like a passive way at all. Because he's gonna take advantage of it. He loves it. Like he loves it when guys like aren't tough with him, aren't kind of hard nosed with him. This looks like Jeffrey Simmons. Another huge. Let's see. Yeah, this is Jeffrey Simmons. So shout out to Mississippi State. Jeff Simmons is coming out of the 3 tech. Looks like 3 technique here. And so we talk about punch timing earlier, Fonzie. This is why we talk about this. This is why we bring this up. So this is why you'll rarely see a guy punch with two hands in the NFL. Simply put, just like this. I had a coach that looked at me and said, "How many boxers have you seen punch both their hands in a ring?" I was like, "None." He was like, "Why not?" I said, "Because you'll get knocked out." He said, "Exactly. So don't do it. It's very simple. Don't do it. Don't fall in that trap. Don't fall in that trap of going and punching with two hands." And sure enough, you got this guard. Yeah, you got this guard here punching with two hands. He got 2 for 1, bent the corner, and it was a wrap. Boom, got 2 with 1. Get skinny, get vertical, get vertical. The other thing is, I hope, my shout out my boy Felice right here, just recently retired from the San Francisco 49ers, played at the University of Miami. I played in Oakland with him. Great dude, tough, utility man, gonna play all 3 spots inside, gonna always be prepared, gonna go out there and he'll fight you. Like he'll fight anybody. Like I love playing with Felice, man. So shout out to him. He got 2 at 1 here, but if you're a D lineman, if you got a son that's a D lineman, if you're, a trained D lineman, vertical. Look at his hips. He's vertical. He's playing vertical. Boom. He gets skinny, gets his hips back to vertical. Doesn't matter. Get vertical. Play vertical. Play up the field. Play in the backfield, but play vertical with your hip. Too many guys, you see them do all that chopped up, rip, cool stuff, and then they go sideways and go lateral and go flying up the field, and it's easy to wash them. Ooh. This is the Smith kid from Tulsa. This is for y'all Cowboy fans. This might get wicked for a second. Oh man, okay, we got a good little set here. Oh, we got this Tyler Smith here. I like old Tyler. I like his set. I like what he's doing here. Let's see. So he's keeping it stacked. He's keeping it condensed. And what I mean by keeping it condensed is he's not allowing a ton of air and space between him and his guard, him and Connor McGovern right here, keeping the air limited here. And the reason why that's a good thing is because what you'll get a lot of times is he's got Vita Vea, which is a bigger power rusher that'll try and rush through here and pick his hip. And this is Shaq Barrett. He'll try and put his foot in the ground and then loop around. You'll get a TE out of it. So Tyler's doing a great job there. They both look super square. Connor's got somewhat of an up kick here. He's punching with that left foot and that left hand already up. But again, both on the same, pretty much on the same plane, on the same levels. Good job. This is interesting coming out of a 3-point stance. You rarely ever see this. What's happening, Gibbs, man? Good to see you, man. Good to see you, Gibbs. Appreciate you for jumping on, man. Definitely huge to have him up here. So I give a little quick story about Gibbs. For those of y'all that aren't on my Instagram, Gibbs played for me at Bluefield State for my short tenure there. I think Gibbs is still at Shaw University now in Raleigh, North Carolina, in the CIAA. Man, Gibbs is from Richmond, California, and Gibbs didn't know that I played for the Raiders. So Gibbs walked in my office like one of the first 2 times that I was, when I first got to Bluefield, which is in southern West Virginia. And Gibbs walks in my office, and I think I was listening to like Too Short or like I was listening to something from the Bay. And Gibbs walked in, and he was like, "Who is playing that?" And like he saw it was me, and he was like, "Whoa, where are you from?" And I told him I played for the Raiders. And I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm from North Carolina, but I used to play for the Raiders." And he was lit. We was turned from there, man. Like, it was always town business with Gibbs, man. So I'm good to see you, man. I'm glad you jumped on, bro. It's always good to see you. Got to catch up with you here soon, man. Check on you. This is a good job. That's a good brace right there. Good brace. Way to sit it down. Let's see. Boom. He's getting power. He's getting power here. And again, he's late. You'll see Tyler Smith, his hands are late. He's invited him into his body. But the one thing that you're going to see him do is you're going to see him squeeze these elbows, and you're going to see him try and brace and lift the defender up. Look, he's out of his boots. Sat back down, lift, 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 lift. Again, doing everything he can to lift. He's behind there. He's behind. I didn't like that rep. I didn't like that rep at all. He's behind. It's this one right here. And it's because he's reaching with his hands. He's kind of swooping his hands low. I don't mind that. It's this right here. And again, I'm glad I stopped it where I stopped it at. He's turned. He's got his chest open. He's got his base narrow. He's got his hands down. He's about to get power. He's about to get power. And if I'm flipping the other side of the ball, yeah, Gibbs, I got to catch up with you, man. I definitely got to call and catch up. So if you look at his chest, it's turned. Again, it's wide open. You can easily power rush this. You can easily condense the pocket on this. You can push him around. This is prime example of if you're not aware that you're doing this or you're about to get hit with this or this is about to happen, it could definitely catch you off guard and put you in a bad position as a player. So, and again, he's behind. So now when you get in this position, you're almost better. And this is, believe it or not, every O-line coach is probably going to look at me and tell me I'm crazy. You're better off spinning back. And the reason why is because his momentum is going up the field towards the quarterback. Quarterback's going to have to step up this way. So you spinning back this way is going to make him have to redirect and go back inside. Again, think you're killing time. You're killing time. You're just trying to kill time to stay between him and the quarterback. We used to do this thing in Washington when I was there with Coach Callahan, and I do it now with offensive linemen. But I call it get out of issues and get out of jail. And the reason I call it that is because not every set is going to be perfect. Like you're going to have some sets that are going to look bad, where you're going to get in bad spots. It's more so you not panicking and you putting yourself in the best situation to win. Just don't panic. Like you can't panic. Man, he got hit with a mean one. So again, his outside foot's back. So you probably getting some kind of speed. But again, he's already shown you he's gonna turn after 2 sets. So if I'm the D-line coach, I'm like, look, you take 2 steps, he's gonna turn after that. After that, you got whatever move you want. So just sell him upfield after 2 steps. Take what you want. Like take whatever's there, whatever's available, take it. He's beat inside right now. He's beat inside. And the reason he's beat inside is because his inside hand is down. His inside leg is straight. All his momentum is back. He's crashing and burning on his back foot. His left foot, all his weight is landing on his left foot. Nothing good is about to happen right. And now he's trying to come to balance on a speed rusher that's giving him stutters. And it just throws him. Like it just throws him. Got him again. Ooh. Shout out to Tampa, man. We down here in Tampa with it, man. So the old Bucks here. This could get wicked too. All right. So I'm glad that all the writing is on here because this is again, if for any chance that any of the D linemen that I train are watching this right now, I hope that y'all understand that when I tell y'all and I make the remarks that I try to turn y'all into the exact problems that I hated playing. And this is what I mean. A speed rusher that can get into his rip real quick. And the reason why I disliked guys like this is because it did not matter what you did. It didn't matter whether you were good. It didn't matter if you put your hands on him. If he got into his rip way too early, it was a wrap. It was a full-blown wrap every single time. So, case in point, you got Micah Parsons, who's again, let's assess this correctly. His back foot's back. So now I gotta think, he's baiting me out here. Don't overset because he's probably gonna go inside. Get to your spot, get ready to do something, get ready to make it happen. get ready to fight the fight because you're probably going to get speed to power. His inside foot is back. So he's selling you something. He's trying to make you buy something that he's really not selling. This again, if I'm this left tackle, that's what I'm thinking. Get to my spot. I'm probably going to set a little bit on an angle here so that he can't get really 3 good steps up the field. But I'm going to take a little angle set, keep my inside hand up just to crowd this and keep this space condensed. But I want to get to my spot because his inside foot's back, and I think he might be selling speed to power here. He reached for him, which allows him. Ooh, all right. So, Fonz, you asked, do you think that full extension in your punch is better in pass pro? I actually teach the opposite. I teach don't get full extension in your punch. I don't want full extension. And the reason I don't want full extension is for the opposite reason that I teach D lineman. So if my arm is fully extended and I'm punching a D lineman, I tell D lineman to rip because there's space there. And if I'm ripping, and we got a drill that I call dump and dive. So you dump the elbow and you dive and you get out of there. So it's a rip drill. But if there's space up under your elbow, if that space between your elbow and your armpit exists, then he's just gonna rip. And once he rips and he shows it there, the ref can see it. If ref sees your hands, he's gonna rag you. He's gonna rag you, or either you're taking that available space that's there and you're rounding off his hip. And if you can round off this hip, you can bend the corner a little bit easier. And if they got a quarterback like Tom Brady who can't move like that no more, right there, he rounded it off. There's nothing that you can do. There's nothing that you can do. I never teach. I teach, keep some bend in that elbow, and what it does is it clogs the rip, so that when you try and rip up underneath it, your elbow, his hand can't go up under your elbow. You get stuck. So we'll watch one more right here. Town business. We was just talking about Gibbs, man. Gibbs, you still on, man? We're gonna talk a little town business real quick, man. Let's see. Town business. We about to have a conversation. So my time at Oakland made me an Oakland Raiders fan. I love the organization, loved the city, loved the way they treated me, loved everything about it. Loved it. So much so that I am a Raiders fan. So ups and downs, we are who we are, but it's town business forever. So we got a little division game here. Looks like left tackle Colton Miller is going against ex-Raider Khalil Mack, my old teammate. Yeah, that's a tough battle. That's an extra tough battle. So the thing with K-Mac is K-Mac's not overly fast. K-Mac's not overly big, but K-Mac he plays stronger than what he looks. So with him, man, you got to be real careful in how you do and what you do. He's got his inside hand down, so I'm going to assume his inside foot's back, and you got to protect against power with him. You almost got to want to try and get beat with speed against Khalil Mack. Because if you let him go power, it's going to get ugly. The other thing that I hate right here is how his eyes can't see 2 at 1. I know it sounds crazy, but you should be able to see the defender and see the ball. Like, I used to stare at a spot. It looks like his eyes are almost inside, and he's looking at Drew Tranquil for almost this twist game that might come out of it. Like, man, you got a eventual Hall of Famer standing outside of you. Like, keep your eyes out there, buddy. And then again, here we go with the reach. He reaches his back foot. His inside foot is straight. So now he has to overcompensate to bring his base back together, which means that he's probably on his toes. Again, he rounds it off. He turns. He's turning now. Now he's reaching for him. And here's the classic thing that K-Mac does. K-Mac is going to let you make a mistake. So he reaches for him. But I don't know whether y'all can see. He's also leaning on him. 74 Colton Miller is leaning. So K-Mac's going to feel that, and he's going to hip toss. He's going to put that inside foot in the ground, and he's going to throw him right by. And the minute he throws him by, Colton can't do anything except for brace, hold on for dear life, because the other tackle was getting beat across his face by the other Bosa brother, and then you got K-Mac grabbing on the Derek Carr and DC going through it. Oh man, Myles Garrett with a blind win. All right, so definitely hope y'all. We are coming up on 7:59, man. We're gonna go ahead and jump out of here. Like I said, I wish my dog Bullock would have been able to jump on tonight. Would have loved to be able to chat with Bullock. He's still good people. Shout out to Southeast Raleigh. That's where he's the DC at now. I coached over there for a year. Love those guys. Love those kids. Shout out to Wake County, man. A lot of good football there. If you are in the Wake County area and you are, again, an offensive and defensive lineman, make sure you hit up Trenches Elite, man. Make sure you reach out to him. Lawrence Keys is a heck of a dude. Yeah, appreciate you, Fonz, man. Appreciate you logging on, man. It's huge. I definitely appreciate the support. Again, any other line coaches that would love to come on, chat, talk about anything, I love to have y'all on. Fonz, man, we got to get you up here, man, so we can talk about your journey, your philosophy, things you believe in, man, just because, again, you're a heck of a player. And again, these ain't the Power 4 group of 6 guys. These are the D2 hustlers of the world. And I definitely respect them, man. Like I respect the heck out of those guys. They're grinding, they blue collar, and they came to play. And in the Shrine Bowl, it was not a game. They thought we was gonna lose, thought we were gonna get drugged, and come to find out, we ended up doing our thing. So that was big for us. That was definitely a big win. And Fonz, man, I definitely appreciate you for being on. So I appreciate all the support as always. If you're in the Tampa Bay area and you're an O lineman and D lineman, please reach out to me, hit me up. I know we talked again recovery earlier with Zig. Any other questions like that, please reach out to me. Like I said, I got a comprehensive nutrition guide that I put together that can help you and your athletes as far as knowing what to buy and what helps and aids in recovery, and what can, helping them gain weight, lose weight, different things like that. Those things are big aspects of the game. So finally, with the portal going crazy the way that it is, I do my best to help young men in and out of the transfer portal. So if you know somebody, if you have a former teammate, or even if your son is considering getting a transfer portal, or you just want to know more about it, please reach out to me. I have no problem with sitting down, talking ball, talking about the situation, talking about what's going on, and ultimately educating any and everybody that wants to know. So I appreciate another Wednesday, another productive Wednesday. We got a chance to talk some O-line, D-line play and talk some ball. Appreciate for everybody logging on. And last but not least, we will drop the nice little video. And I will see y'all next week.
Yeah. TC3, we in the trenches. Trench Talk Live, we keep it real. Breaking down the game, giving out the deal. NCAA, we talking skills. From the grind to the shine, we getting thrills. Let's go. Lights on, mic check, time to go live. Game talk, real talk, straight from the grind. Recruitment, NIL, we cover it all. From the field to the books, we never gon' stall. Trench Talk Live, we keep it real. Breaking down the game, giving out the deal. NCAA, we talking skills. From the grind to the shine, we getting thrills. Let's go. Yeah.